Hey, Katie from the Wolfpack here, and I wanted to give you a sneak peek into a class that my son is taking. It's called American English Grammar, and it's put out by Mr. D, who, yes, does math, but he also has a team of teachers who teach other subjects on his site, and American English Grammar is one of those classes. So I wanted to give you a sneak peek into it. If you got this video from my blog post about ACT prepping, you'll know that we're doing this because of some grammar gaps that my son apparently has. As we learned when he took the ACT in the spring and he came back and he literally bombed the English portion, which I have to say I was rather surprised at, a little disappointed in myself that somehow I had missed some pieces of grammar with him. So we're using this class to fill those gaps. So I wanted to show you what this class has. It's got 33 different lessons. The reason this class is working really well for what we want it for is because you can actually, like it says right here, you don't have to do things in order. You can take them out of order. They're not dependent on each other, which is extremely valuable for what we're doing. But it also just goes to show you that it's an extremely thorough class. So if you're looking for a full grammar class for high school, this is it for you. This is a good option. So I'll read off some of the lessons in case you can't read the little tiny print from the screen here. So we've got prepositions, conjunctions, subject and predicate, objects, collections of words, sentence structure, nouns, pronouns, verbs. Let's see what else. Modifiers, both adjectives and adverbs, capitalization, punctuation. Now, I'm going to give you a little hint from a mama who's been teaching from the very beginning. Don't assume stuff. I don't know. Somehow I know that we worked on some of these things along the way. But I literally homeschooled my kid since he was 4 years old. He is now 16 and starting his senior year. And we're not sure how to use commas apparently. So, yeah, you know, check on things on occasion and make sure you're hitting the skills that they need. So anyway, that's why we're using this class. So I wanted to show you though, it is really a nice, clean, simple site to use. I always like that about Mr. D. We took another class of his as well and found it really easy to use. So I'm going to open up one of these lessons. We're choosing prepositions. And over here you can see it broken down. So the very first thing that will pop up will be literally telling you what you need to print to be prepared for this lesson, which I love. We've taken other classes, pre-recorded and live, where it's not very clear in what you need to do to prepare for the lesson. And you're like literally like stopping the class or running away from the live class to go print something off. So I love the way this is formatted. So it tells you what to print, what you need to do to prepare for the class. The next little component, I don't know what word to use here, but the next little thing to do is it'll pull up the video lessons. This one has 3. What are prepositions, forming a prepositional phrase, and prepositional do's and don'ts. So of course you could choose to do all of them on one day, or you could divide them up. It's up to you. Or if you're actually doing like what we're doing, which is literally just trying to find something to teach a whole that we know that we have, you may not have to watch all 3 videos. The other thing I love is they have the option here to print out the lesson. You should definitely watch the video, but if you do better with having things in writing as well, you can print out the lesson to go along with the video. And then we've got these excerpt sections where things that you should have printed off, and you're literally like kind of like proofing the excerpts and finding the stuff that the teacher is talking about in the actual excerpts. And they're usually like good excerpts from literature. So it fits that into, which is nice as well. And then she'll go in the next video, she'll go over like showing you what you need to do have done with that, what you should have done with that. So that's really helpful as well. If you're doing what we're doing, which is again, just trying to fill our gaps right now, you could do some of the lesson, not all of the lesson. It just depends. And that's what I'm leaving up to my son is once he figures out if he learned the concept that he needed to be learning, then he can move on to the next one. If he feels like he needs help with it, he can do the written work with it or not. But that's one of the things I love about the way this class is formatted, is that you can pick and choose what you want to do. Obviously, if you're looking for something full, it's all there and you can do it all. If you're looking for something where it's like, oh, I just realized my child does not know how to capitalize and he's 17 years old or whatever, no judgment. Watch the lesson, spells it out. She's teaching 2 high schoolers, so she's speaking to kids, not in a young way. She's literally speaking to high schoolers. So it works really, really well. And I'm super glad that this class is an option for us. So I just want to give you a sneak little peek, and we are definitely hoping that it's going to pay off to be working on these grammar gaps, and that he's going to do better on his next ACT, which is in 7 days. So wish us luck. All right. Bye. Thanks for listening.